Okay, we are live with Megacast, stream 2 for week 2 of the USFFL. Let's see here. I think we have a game number 4, at least one of the games. There it is. Okay. We've got Falcons Cowboys up. And we just started this one, 14-42. Left in the first. Haven't gotten any other game numbers yet. And double check here. Short gain for Gurley. Gets to midfield for Atlanta. Let's see. Cincy Cleveland's going. Others right now. This might be the only one going now. Starting kicking at 7. Looks like that might be the case. Okay, so stick with this one for a bit. Matt Ryan leads the Falcons. Let's check a quick bit here on overuse and injuries. No overuse this week, but Dallas is out. Zach Martin remains in COVID protocol, apparently. Just taken out in real life. Faces it here. Antoine Woods as well. That does open up some things, probably, with the loss of Martin. Not much left on that Dallas line. I remember watching this game in real life last year. It was a shootout. I think this was the game that Dak got hurt. Late in this game, maybe? Very late? Or was it week 3? But this game ended, I haven't looked, but if I had to guess, it was crazy score, like 40-something to 30-something. Something like that. Dallas was way up. And Dak went off and led comeback to what I thought was a Cowboy win, if I recall correctly. But I'm just going off memory and all this, so I could be wrong. For the moment, Atlanta's moving the ball nicely on this first possession. Making sure I'm in the stream here and everything looks right. Looks right. Atlanta up to the 24, 2nd and 7. Short gain again, this time for Gurley, 20 yards, down to the Dallas 4. First and goal, Atlanta. Full house backfield up against a blitzing 4-3. Linebuck guessed wrong. Gurley's going to get in from 4 yards out. Gurley goes 3 carries, 41 yards, so 2 short gains and a touchdown run for Gurley. Can't ask for much more than that for an opening drive. Who hits the extra point? 7-0 Atlanta. And look at that, a 99-yard, step away for a second, 99-yard return from Pollard. Puts the Cowboys within a point. Wow. And the extra point. Zerline. Still getting formations here. We're still waiting. Good. Tied up at 7. Now we wait the kickoff. Slow moving game here. Very, very slow. Why so slow? Well, I'm hoping anyway that we're locked up. No sign of a new game number yet. Well, folks, we're just going to wait this one out, see what happens here. At this point, you got to assume we have a new game number coming from Harlan here. Or maybe John, as the case may be. All right, I'll step aside, put myself on mute for a little while. Hopefully we can get back to this shortly. All right, we're just gonna have to guess his technical difficulties on this side. At least I hope that's the case. So it looks like I'm gonna close out, reboot entirely, and then come back in just a sec. So the broadcast will pick up in just a minute. Try it one more time.
Hello?
Hey Jeff, how are you?
Hey, good. How are you?
Good. We had some technical difficulties on this side, so we're just trying to relaunch into the game here. Hopefully this does the trick. Four. All right, there we are. 14-7 Atlanta. Let's share the screen, and we will be on our way here. Okay, so Dallas does not get a kickoff return for a touchdown on this Atlanta touchdown, so It's 14-7. Atlanta came right down the first possession, scored, and Dallas turned around a 99-yard kickoff return for a score to make it 7-7. This game so far going a lot like the 2020 version in real life, which was extremely high scoring. Let's see here. Prescott in the game. A banged up offensive line for the Cowboys. There's 10 yards for Elliott. Guessed wrong on 12. A lot of the better backs in the league would get a lot more yards than 10 there. So, Elliott wasn't as dynamic last year as in other years, but he sure has a lot of short gains there. Back to Elliott again. And there's one of those short gains. Shows right up, 13 yards. Dallas on the move. Staying blocking back. It's Schultz, Gallup, and Cooper. So CeeDee Lamb sits on the bench. There's an end run to Elliott, pumping the run for another 3 yards. Elliott with 24 runs all day. He's run 3 of them so far. Very successfully. 2nd and 7. Nichols shows up against a 3-wide-2 running back formation. So inviting the run, this time to Pollard. He finds it for 15 on the Atlanta card. Up to the 41. Dallas moving quickly. Same formation to get Lamb on the field. Let's take a look at the ball possession since we missed a little bit. That Atlanta drive, the second Atlanta drive, went 13 plays, 75 yards, compared to the first drive that went 7 plays for 75 yards and a touchdown. This is Dallas's first offensive possession, and they're making the most of it. Another 15 yards there, up to the 26 of Atlanta. This game so far feels like so many games I've watched this year, and games I've played in, by the way, which is, how do you imagine getting a stop? How do you strategize to get a stop? Because they're not easy to come by for most of the teams in this set. Getting a yard or two is not that difficult to come up with. Sorry, I'm captivated here by something I'm watching on TV. God help me, I'm an Orioles fan, but every once in a while, something good happens. Incredible catch by Cedric Mullins. Always nice to see them rob a Yankee of a home run when possible. Dallas is 2nd and 4 from the 10. Zeke in 3 wide and a shotgun. Line buck to Elliott. There it is, touchdown. 14-13, extra point away from tying it up. It is good. We are tied at 14. Coming into the game, Atlanta lost to Seattle last week, 23-20. Close one. Dallas fell to the Rams 30-23, also a one-score game. Just like that, it looks like we froze again. We are having problems. I wonder what this problem is. I might just have Tim take over the broadcast here. Okay, here it goes. Pops in. If this keeps on happening, we will pass it over to Tim. Atlanta starts out. 6-yard gain. First down. Ito picks up 3 yards. 2nd and 7 from the Atlanta 38. So these big drives by Atlanta so far, what has been going on? Let's take a look here. 14 passes to 10 runs, so pretty balanced for the Atlanta squad. Ryan starting 11-14. And the score, I wish I could say that's unusual. Combined, these QBs are 14 of 17. Seeing so much of that right now. Seeing so much, basically, 80% level completion percentages. These flat passes are very difficult to stop. In my experience, he's certainly running with the Chargers. Most of the incompletions are almost. I'm choosing to have the incompletions by throwing flat passes, knowing that Yaks could end up with negatives and get the incomplete. I mean, technically would have been completions if not for the look and pass incomplete if negative yard rule. So even the incompletions are completions. 4th and 5. Dallas gets a stop. Kind of big. CeeDee Lamb from the 22. X has been rolled. Potential problem here. It's an offside against Atlanta, so Dallas will decline. So the offsides goes Dallas's way. They retain possession from their 22 now after the punt. 12:54 left in the half. Off tackle, Elliott. The one blocker on the line makes it with a 4. Yes, he does. The rare block for the Dallas offensive line. At least the main part of its line outside the tight end. The only 4. Grand total of 4 if you add them all up. And it shows up there for 5 yards for Zeke. 6 carries now, 47 yards. Grady Jarrett. The 6 shows up on the white die. He can stand up to that. 3rd and 5. He's been doing that in Atlanta for years. My first year not having the Atlanta team since the 2007 season, 2008 season. Since before Matt Ryan arrived, I've had the Falcons. Gave them up this year to the Chargers. So nice to see somebody else play with, quote-unquote, my squad. Now in the 3-3-5, no blitz coming against this weak offensive line. There's some blitzers there. You can get some push from Deion Jones. How's Zeke blocking? Well, Zeke can block all right. So that does neutralize things a bit. We have an injury pop up. Short pass to CD. Incomplete. 2 stops in a row. 4th and 5. Cowboys are going to have to punt from their own 27. No, that's Atlanta's starting end. Interesting. 4th and 5. Back to the 25 is Brandon Powell. 13-yard return on the Dallas card. Up to the 38. First down Atlanta. Hey, Scott.
Hey, Anthony.
How are you doing?
You hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I'm going to kind of have this on in the background. I'm actually doing some other league stuff, but
By all means, just listen in like a radio.
Yeah.
So Atlanta starts off from the 38. Short pass to Ridley here. 3 men in zone. Facing the 4-3-D. Atlanta has shown willingness to run. And that might change some things for defensive strategy than Harlan thought he'd be. Ridley, perhaps the best receiver in the set for completions, drops it on his own card. Of course, guessed right. So incomplete. Cannot quite call that a drop. Guessed right. So now 2nd and 10. Three wide, 2 running backs this time. Harlan reverts back to the nickel. Looking pass coming, incomplete on the negative results. And isn't that the way that incompletions happen these days? Hey, Tim.
Hey, how's it going?
Doing well. I would say half of our incompletions yesterday in our game came on negative look-in passes. And there is one right there. Incompletions are hard to come by in this game, this year, in this card set. And that
is lot of flat passers.
Yeah, that is the number one cause, is negative yard look-in passes. So even the incompletions are completions. 3rd down and 10. Short pass to Julio. Look at that, a defensive play. A couple in these last 2 series, and we're all of a sudden after nobody could stop anybody for quite a while. This is our third punt in a row. 52-yard punt. CeeDee Lamb from the 10. He goes 2 yards. So, Tim, what was the early result?
Well, so we had kind of a blowout. Turnovers tend to do that. Baker Mayfield threw a pair of interceptions. There was also a fumble by a receiver. All three were turned into touchdowns in a 34-13 victory by Jeff Wenlett's Bengals, who are now 2-0 on the year. And the Browns are 0-2, both division losses. So they're in a little bit of a tough spot at the 2-week turn.
Look at that. Interesting. Short pass, CeeDee Lamb. Gets 13 up to the 25.
I'll be curious to see if what the broadcast looks like for you. I've clicked. I thought I did everything right this time. I've clicked it, and like one time I'll click it and watch it, and it's crystal clear, and I can hear everything just fine. The next time I'll click it, and it's like blurred and fuzzy, and I don't really understand what that difference would be. I did just ask Jeff to check on it, and he said that he hopped on but didn't see anything. So I don't know. I'll just we'll have you look at it at some point, and hopefully I'll figure out what I did wrong if I did something.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of that before, but anything can happen. 2nd and 4. Out to the 31.
Clearly, I'm long on desire and short on tech skill, but I'm going to just stay at it. I'm going to figure it out because I do enjoy it, and I think it's good.
We've had our own little tech problems tonight. My game doesn't seem to like when League Manager is up, just for whatever reason tonight. So we've had to avoid it. Finding the incompletion on Lana's card. And the flat pass means it's 3rd and 4. Prescott down now to 4 of 6 tonight. 48 yards.
I'm going to start cataloging those game numbers so I can keep us up to date.
We have new ones coming in. Let's see here. Here's a big 3rd down. From their own 31. Short pass to Cooper. Guessed wrong. Big opportunity, but lands on Prescott's interception reading incomplete. 4th down and 4 from Dallas's 31. That will mean a punt. The return is on. Shortest punt possible, 23 yards. Atlanta from their own 46. Fair catch. So a net 23-yard punt for Dallas puts Atlanta in a good spot here. Halfway through the 2nd. Tied at 14. Atlanta's had 2 75-yard touchdown drives. Dallas
That's a lot of first quarter points there.
Yeah. Dallas had a kickoff return for a score.
All right.
Tackle to Gurley, 6 yards. Dallas is down a man tonight. Zach Martin is out. That's the biggest of 2 guys that are down for them.
That's right. I recall that.
So underman there. 5-yard pickup on 2nd down and converts to a first. 1st and 10 now from Dallas's 43. So Atlanta has one of the better kickers in the game here with Koo. It's starting to work its way into field goal range here. Long pass, Ridley. Nobody's home. Incomplete. Hits the 9, which is often a check on the defender, but Dallas has blanks there. Putting on 4-5 versus 8-9 gives Dallas a slight advantage, slightly less likely, and it shows up there for the incompletion. The way these cards are constructed is so good. You got to give Strat so much credit.
Yeah, that's so true.
I mean, it's just you can feel the slight differences among teams. They give them that little edge that makes the difference. You know, and that's one of them there.
And you nailed it. We can feel the shift in real life NFL transitioning to pass offense in what we're seeing in our games.
Yeah, more than ever this year, I feel it. More than ever.
Agreed.
Especially after playing summer sprint, which was you draft offensive and defensive units out of the 1978 season this year. 16 yards on the dump off. So going back and playing 78, I had Earl Campbell. Much different game. As you'd expect. I mean, it's not a surprise to anybody, but
sure,
completely different feel, look, run blocking, flat passing ability, just absolutely opposite of what it is here. 2nd and 8 as they near the red zone. And I think everybody, I don't know anybody who would say that today's game is better than that.
Agreed.
But they've made their changes for reasons that, safety and things.
For reasons that also fill war chests.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. Gurley gets 6 yards. Gurley finding really good carries here, taking advantage of the Dallas D. 10 carries, 71 yards. As we noted in the preview, I think we did that one together, NFC South. Gurley has a pretty good card for somebody with his average per carry, so he can take advantage here. 3rd down and 2, full house shows up. So that puts the flat pass, neutralizes the flat pass pretty significantly. As the free safety would automatically jump in, but the free safety is up on the line, so that does not happen, and it's a touchdown. So
there you go.
Calls there on both sides. Result, net, touchdown, Atlanta, 2014. Keep that free safety back. Just let the free safety roam, and he'll go wherever the pass is thrown and give you 2 men there. Extra point is good, and it's 21-14. See if Pollard can find some magic again, as he did after the first touchdown drive, returned it for a touchdown to tie the game. This time 8 yards deep, takes the touchback.
Looks like our next 2 games are firing off in about 15 minutes. That'll be Bills at Dolphins and Saints at Raiders, followed 30 minutes later by Ravens Texans. I will be keeping an eye on that and keeping you up to date.
Great. And I can always plug in one of those too, if it's helpful.
That's totally up to you.
Okay. Just let me know if it's helpful. Maybe I will.
You manage as much as you're comfortable managing.
Yeah, we just depend on the score here and that sort of thing. Flat pass out to Elliott's incomplete. 2nd and 10. Prescott cool off now at 4 of 8, 48 yards.
I did look back and saw that both of these teams lost a 1-score game in week 1, so they're both 0-1.
Yes, indeed.
I don't remember the stats on. I think it's really goes south when you start 0-3 on your playoff odds. So 0-2, I thought a lot of teams recover from that.
Yep. But in this case, both Atlanta can't let games like this go by with the Saints and Tampa in their division. This is an opportunity. This game's an opportunity. It's sort of a coin flip game.
Sure.
Who has the ball last sort of thing. Managing the clock well can make the difference here. Double teamed is Cooper on the 2nd and 10. Gets the dump off. What he was looking for, and there it is, 23 yards.
Big play.
Double teams often stymied by that D-die. 1st and 10 up to midfield. 2:42 left now. Dallas will get the ball back in the 3rd quarter. I mean, this is one of these opportunities for Dallas to gain a possession in the game. Backyard football here. Every possession matters. Long pass to Gallup. Gets 7 yards. Almost gave an Atlanta possession back there if he would have completed it. 2nd and 3. With Koo and Matt Ryan, you're really not safe until you have under a minute left, maybe under 45 seconds left to be immune from a field goal back the other way. 2:06, 45 yards to go to Pater. No timeouts exhausted by either team. Harlan tends to like to go deep here, so it wasn't surprising to see it. 2nd and 3. Up against the nickel. Free reign on running here. Doesn't have run blocking anyway, so the 3 wide 2 running back formation does not hurt at all. Finds the dreaded 5, though. So pushes them back to 3rd and 4 at the warning. Back to the same formation for Dallas. I think that's this one. Given Dallas's offensive line, this is a very small penalty to pay, which is basically none, for going to this formation. So it makes a lot of sense for Dallas today. I like this formation. Most teams have some offensive line points to give up. Not these guys. Off tackle. Nobody home. A pretty good Atlanta defense gets 2 yards running there. So 4th and 2. Decision time for Dallas from the 44. Can't convert. Big stop. What to do? With 1
It looks like he's going to play conservative here.
Well, yeah, no timeout taken from Atlanta, so that does open up the possibility of punting, but he does not. I understand this completely.
Yeah.
You can.
Oh, he's going now. He's going now. Yeah.
You make the case that either way, Atlanta's going to get a field goal attempt, so you may as well try to convert this 4th and 2.
Yeah, well, yeah, you could certainly make the case punting with 3 timeouts left, and you can pin them deep. But at the same time, you're down by 7. Here's an opportunity. You're already across midfield. It's a short conversion.
Yeah, I'm in agreement here with Harlan.
We got
3 yards. Guessed right. Zeke finds the good spot. Good call by the D. Didn't work out. A lot of ways it doesn't work out, even when you do everything right on D in this set.
Yep.
Dallas goes 4 wide now with 1:22 left.
Looks like they called the timeout too.
Showing 4-2-5. Flat pass to Zeke. Gains 5 yards on the 11. Nice game there. 2nd and 5.
It's a good place to find a 5-yard gain for sure.
Gets him into Zerline field goal range. May have already been in Zerline field goal range, matter of fact. Put these cards out here. Four wide again against the 4-2-5. No blitz coming. Against this Dallas offensive line that's banged up. Short pass, CD Lamb. 3 men in zone. There's the pass rush. Wasn't a high percentage, 24% chance, but Fowler gets there. 3rd and 7 from the 38. Let's take a look at Zerline's card here. On this 3rd and 7. 1 minute left. Yeah, Zerline goes out to 42 for his 2 through 6. So one of the better legs out there. Pretty good leg. 2 through 10 if you get up to 32. 30 seconds left now. So Dallas can feel a little more comfortable. They won't be giving up field goal attempt back, depending on what happens here. Who is 2 through 7, 11, 12 deep out to 37. Incredible. Short pass, Gallup. Incomplete. injury on D. Oh, you come out. Let's take a look at his role in the Atlanta D. He's out for the game. He's a left linebacker, 5 pass rush, 4-4. So he's above average for the set. Or about average, you could say. So certainly a loss. Jalen Hawkins will come in. He's 3 pass rush, 0-4 to replace. Dallas now faced with a decision, and they are going to go here on this 4th and 7 with 22 seconds. Gives up the 2-6, 11, 12 field goal attempt for Zerline to attempt to convert this 4th and 7. No blitz showing against the 3-2-6. Obviously going to go short or long here. Huge risk to go flat. Goes short to Schultz. 4 men in zone. Snap fumble has occurred. Recovered by the offense. He can move this, but does not seem to get any yards if he had the option to advance. No advancement possible. Last 2 minutes of half is the rule. So Atlanta takes over. 15 seconds. They have to get, let's see here, 13, 16 yards in 2 plays. Very possible.
Go for 47.
Yep.
Although, yeah, a field goal here does quite a bit, extending to a 2-score lead.
Sure does. Sure does. Especially with Dallas getting the ball. Gives you a little bit of pad going in. So how do you plot to get 16 yards here? Well, long past the gauge is one way, but it's picked off. Has to get it in one fell swoop. Dallas gets it. A return is possible. Let's see what happens here on the return. 10 yards. And that should do it for the half.
I guess that's what Coach Freeze gets for following my advice, huh?
Not showing a knee. 3 wide formation, so maybe he's going to look for something here. Pick up that long gain on Prescott's card. Dallas is 20-some yards away from Zerline field goal range. Looking past CeeDee Lamb. Gets 23, so he's going to be short of that. Here's the New Orleans, Las Vegas numbers up.
Yep, I'm just writing that down.
There's 2 AFC West coaches are kind of interested in that one. Maybe you picked that up since this is going to half. Of course, you may not have a real halftime here. Although John does take a halftime, doesn't he?
Real quick, just wanted to interject here. I don't want to cut off the final play. Hopefully, let's see. He is in Atlanta territory, but you're reduced to a Hail Mary here, it looks like. Just wanted to let you know, Anthony, that I've been kind of testing behind the scenes, checking the broadcast that I provided a link to. I mentioned to you that it's blurry. What I'm discovering is that I think it just takes a while to download or import, because whatever's blurry, the longer I wait, the more of the broadcast is not blurry. And by the time I was done, only the last 2-3 minutes of it were blurry. I think it just maybe takes a little bit to load virtually. I'm just not sure.
Huh.
But once I sat there for a few minutes, I could see the whole broadcast. I could hear it. So it seems to have worked fine. Hopefully that's what people will find. I was just curious.
Yeah, I mean, it just might be a technical thing on your side. I mean, if I had to guess, that's what it is. If I had to guess.
We'll check that out and worry about that after tonight's over. We're going to stay on these games. I just thought I'd mention that.
Sure.
New Orleans 5.
Still waiting for a start in Vegas, New Orleans. And I'll stay on this game. I'll put these up as we go on here if my game can handle it. And doesn't mean I'll cover all of them. So pop in as you can, but it'd be nice to look in whenever we would like.
My plan was to stay on your broadcast
Yeah, and just watch the others closer. Yep, sure. Looks like we will have a 5-minute break here. It'd be great if this game started now, but doesn't look like that's happening.
Did you say you tried the Vegas game and it's not up yet?
Not up yet. Yep. Paul said it's going to be a few minutes.
All right. Well, I'm ready when he says go.
Let us know when that kicks if you're watching that one. I'll let you know when this one kicks on this side.
Will do. Bills and Dolphins with a big one tonight, especially for the Dolphins. They lost to the Patriots in a tough one, that real tough one, that opening game for our whole league, where special teams and defensive touchdown was the difference. Dolphins lost that one to the Bills, so now they're playing, or I should say they lost it to the Patriots, so now they're playing the Bills. So if you're the Dolphins and Tony Tilleria, you really can't afford probably to go back-to-back losses to the Patriots and Bills. So big game tonight for Tony.
Yeah. What else do we have tonight?
We've also got, as you have alluded to, Saints at Raiders, kicking off any minute here. That's a big challenge for the Raiders, but they've got some explosiveness. I'll be curious to see how that works out. And then we have Ravens and Texans. And that's an opportunity, a big game for the Ravens. They had the overtime win against Cleveland to start the season. Cleveland's now 0-2, and it's Cincinnati that's 2-0. So Ravens need to win that game to get back to a tie for first in the division.
Ahead of next week's showdown between the Ravens and the Chiefs.
Yes, that's right. Looks like I'm down 2 offensive linemen for that game, but I don't know. You don't complain about it. You just get it done. You just work around it. That's all you do.
Did you lose your halfback?
Huh?
Did you lose your halfback? Have you done the calculation for next week?
No, I haven't done the calculations yet. I'm not too worried about that. Obviously our matchup, I ran more than I planned to, but you certainly dictated that to a degree. I didn't want to have that many carries, but I don't know. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Winning is more important. So, I'll certainly do the calculation leading up to it, though.
One of those games, too.
Huh?
I wanted to try to do my best to make sure you lost one of those games. So, the idea.
Well, for the record, and you tell me if I'm wrong, I certainly thought there was a connection between you telling me before the game that Clyde had a lot of carries based on his available percentage, and you calling defensive strategies that kind of put me into a run offense a lot. I think you were trying to draw those carries out. I knew what was going on. Yeah, you're laughing. I knew you're laughing. It's so good to have you in my division, Anthony. I'm going to be excited about these games. They're going to be some fun. But I saw what you were doing, and again, winning's more important. And so, yes, I ran a lot.
Right on. Let's see here. All right, Bills Dolphins starting 3-1-5.
Awesome. I missed that game number. I'll get it on my side here.
31586. Just let me know.
There it is.
And we're ready to kick in Dallas. We have kicked in Vegas as well, where New Orleans is starting off with possession here.
I think I'll jump over to that Bills game first and watch a little bit of that.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? Has the Vegas game already kicked off? I've already got that one.
Kicked. They're into the Vegas territory.
All right, then I'm going to go ahead and jump over there.
4 plays, 30 yards. Still looks like it's going to be a little bit of time before kicking Dallas, so we'll stay with you in Vegas for a moment.
That sounds fine.
In this game, Saints Raiders.
Oh, that's a nice card for Latavius Murray. That's something you and I don't really look forward to.
Raiders have a lot to live up to here, too. They won this game in real life, 34-24.
Really?
Yeah, the cards would not suggest that would be the case. But
probably not.
But they did. Let's see here. Total yards, 424 for the Saints, 377 for the Raiders. And Pollard gets us started in Dallas. Dallas takes over at the 22. trying to tie it up. 21-14 Atlanta, or 3-2, as you might say, in touchdown language. I think there's, again, going to be a lot of that this year where we just sort of view, I'm down 14 points. It means I'm just down 2. Not a big deal. Short pass to Cooper. Gets first down. Yeah, I sort of wish our game was broadcast. It was an epic game. It was a really, really good one. And
that was. I mean, I haven't had a chance to write the summary yet. Just I've been too busy. But yeah, I've been part of a lot of crazy games, and that one was very crazy.
Short gain, nice card from Elliott. Those short gains on 6-7 shows up for the second time today that we've seen. Up to midfield, 1st and 10. But going down 2 scores, as the Chargers were at one point, excuse me, was not not that big of a deal.
Not as much as the old days. And your quarterback, has plenty of ability to just throw into the teeth of a fairly average defense, which is what I tend to field.
Yeah. I mean, you had that nice long pass the Chiefs do on long pass 7 interception. So it's high risk, reward deep, and I did have to throw deep a few times, but he didn't find the interception, thankfully. Now, 1st and 15 after the offsides penalty against the offense. Flat pass to Pollard. We're seeing Harlan Hill get 20 yards on the short gain, challenging the linebacker. We'll continue to see this 3 wide, 2 running back formation from Dallas, which, again, I fully endorse that. Now, of course, switches over to the blocking back right on cue. And that's going to draw 4-3 from Atlanta. Short pass gets right to Schultz. Defender can't make that play. 15 yards, and just like that, Dallas is in the red zone. It did not take long. Atlanta has a very poor pass defense. And a run defense that's a bit better. It's good to excellent. Incomplete on Prescott's card. 2nd and 10. Yeah, pretty strong run D from Atlanta. But, it's not that good where Dallas should be fearful to run into it. I mean, we've seen Dallas run plenty today. Makes sense.
Got an update for you from the game in Vegas. New Orleans on the opening drive takes it down to the red zone, but on 3rd and 8, they throw to Emmanuel Sanders. Paul Conti predicts that, doubles Emmanuel Sanders, and gets the interception automatic result on double teams. So the first turnover, and the Raiders take over there with their first possession, 1st and 10 at their 13, 9:36 to go in the first quarter.
Thank you for that update. Interesting. Meanwhile, Dallas has a 1st and goal at the 10. Flat pass, Cooper. 12 yards, yak means a touchdown. Indeed, Cooper, 10 yards, score. 21-20, pending the extra point. We'll have a tie here in Dallas. First drive, pay dirt. Indeed, we're tied, 21-21. Touchback. Atlanta starts off at 25. See if the Dallas D can put up a fight here. Poor run defense for Dallas, and the question is it very poor or just poor on pass defense? Place your bets. Just poor. Okay. 8 yards on first down. Hayden Hurst makes the reception on his card, guessed right.
I just sent a message to Tony and Zach in the Bills-Dolphins game. Said, welcome to the USFFL Megacast, coaches. Good luck.
This time Gurley gets a catch for 13 yards on his card gets wrong, out too close to midfield. Here comes Atlanta. Mentioned early on the broadcast that this game was a wild offensive affair last year. I remember watching it. Thought the Cowboys came back in a crazy fashion. Just gonna look it up here and just get that exact score. Yeah, 40-39.
Wow.
On a field goal by Zerline as time expired. So far, the game has produced a much more vanilla score, 21-21. I'm not sure how all the oddities happened to make it 40-39 in that one. 2nd and 7 at the 49, their own 49. Same 3 wide, 2 running back formation for Atlanta as Dallas has been running. In Atlanta's case, you are taking a penalty pretty significantly along the offensive line. So 2 good run blockers in the middle. 5 run blockers, the Alex Mack and Lindstrom on the right side. Long pass to Ridley. He's going to be sacked. DeMarcus Lawrence, 8 versus 4. Beats McGarry. Big sack there. 3rd and 13 from the 43. D-Dice shows up, and it works out for Dallas. Hayden Hurst takes a spot at fullback here on a 4 wide, 1 fullback formation. Needs 13 yards. Plenty of receivers can get that. Matt Ryan can get on a 9 on his short pass guess right. Short pass to Gage. And he finds the 9. Where it shows up. Wow, look at that. 13 yards. First down. Beautiful conversion. 7 would have been 2 yards short. 5 would have been 3 yards short. 12 would have been 1 yard short. He gets the 9, gets the first down. In the Dallas territory, looking pass gets 5 yards, 2nd and 5. Let's see, Oakland's having its way so far, huh?
I haven't been on that game. I've been watching the Miami-Buffalo one so far. Myles Gaskin, I think, had 200 combined yards of offense for Tony's Dolphins in week 1, and he's added again 41 yards so far combined rushing receiving on the opening drive for Miami. They are now in Buffalo territory.
Look at that. Quick first down here on 2 plays for Atlanta. Brings them up to the Dallas 34. Well within decent field goal range already. Short pass complete on Ryan's card. Hits the 12 for 12 yards up to the Dallas 22. Sort of feels like you're watching a tennis match between 2 very good players waiting for the break. Because basically you hold serve by scoring 7 points here.
That's right.
And you get that break, and then you get the opportunity. Sometimes the break, sometimes you go to a tie break, and tie break is the overtime coin flip. That's to be the equivalent in this case. Dallas now backed up to their own 10-yard line. Atlanta, 1st and goal.
I expect points might be at a little more of a premium in Miami in this game, but we'll see.
Yeah, Buffalo has an offense.
He's got Fitzpatrick under center this time instead of Tua.
Takes advantage of being on the 10 to throw a flat 5 yards. 2nd and goal from the 5. A lot of options here for Atlanta. A lot of options. Good offensive line against a bad defensive line. Early with a good card. Even guessed right, he can get some yards. Certainly, if it goes to the defensive card, he can get some yards. Dallas gives up a short gain with a linebacker in zone linebacker. Don't see that often. Full house is in. Takes the tight end spot. Short pass. Guessed wrong. Julio Jones scores against Trayvon Diggs. He could not withstand the 6 white die. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kuon for the extra point, where he's only 2 through 10. And it is good. 28-21 Atlanta. Atlanta holds serve. Now it's Dallas's turn.
Decision time for Miami. 4th and 4 at the Buffalo 38 after another 9-yard run by Myles Gaskin.
Pollard 3 yards deep takes a touchback. And somehow Oakland came up with no points despite nearing the red zone. What happened there?
That's a drive started at their own 13 too, I think.
Missed field goal.
How far away?
Let's see. Last play from scrimmage was where? New Orleans 22.
39-yarder.
So could have missed a variable.
Yeah. Looks like Miami's going to go for it here on 4th and 4 at the 38 of Buffalo. Opening drive.
Miami is one of the best kickers in the game. Don't know if he has 38 range or not. I think he does, but makes sense. You're an underdog in this one.
Miami went flat pass, 2-men in zone. They did get the run call, but it went to the defensive card. It's incomplete. Buffalo takes over with 10-12 for their first drive.
Mm-hmm. Second and 9. Yes.
Since you're kind of keeping an eye on Saints Raiders, I'll watch Bills Dolphins and Ravens Texans that should be kicking off here in about 15 minutes.
Alrighty. Into the 3 wide, 2 running back set up against the nickel. Flat pass to Gallup. Incomplete on Gallup's guard. 3rd and 9. Third and 5 now for the Saints at the Vegas 40. And then go blocking back. Troutman and Cook blocking back and tight end. Makes sense. Could be 2 down territory. Keeps the running posture there. 4 wide for Dallas. Up against a 3-2-6 on their 3rd down. Flat pass for the Saints 3rd down. And there's a pass interference call against New Orleans. Offensive pass interference. That's going to push him back most likely. Dallas, meanwhile, sets up their 3rd down. Yeah, Paul does accept the penalty. Gallup is double teamed down. This 3rd down doesn't matter. 12-yard completion on the defensive card. Up to the Dallas 38. Nice call by John. Comes up empty, though, on the cards. Now, much less likely 3rd and 15 for New Orleans. Stays in blocking back. Up against a 3-2-6. Long pass to Gallup. 1 man is there for Dallas. Sack comes. Stephen Means, 3 versus 2, a 27% chance. Pays off against that weak Dallas line. So 2nd and 19. Dallas backed up here. Traquan Smith gets 10 yards back for New Orleans. They'll face a 4th and 5 from the 40.
So do you have 2 different games, 2 different actual connections under the watch game functionality running simultaneously?
Yep. Mm-hmm. So do you, I think, right?
Yeah, I do see that. I just didn't know that the game would allow you to have 2 games up and running simultaneously. I thought that was a problem.
Yep.
Apparently not.
You're doing it too, right?
Actually, no. I've been.
Oh.
That's what I was saying. That's why I'm mentioning it.
You can have them all open. You can have one broadcast, have them all open if you wanted to.
Yeah, I guess I'm going to go ahead and I've been just closing a game and putting in the new number and using that to shuttle back and forth.
Yeah. Just open up multiple.
All right.
10 yards on that third down, 4th and 6. So both teams punt. Dallas and New Orleans punt away. Vegas is locked up inside their own 5 as a result. And let's see what happens here for Dallas from their own 42. 50-yard punt. Flag is down. Offside against Atlanta. Not going to give them a first down. It's going to be 4th and 1 for Dallas at their own 47. Or, I think a pretty good punt. Did that punt went 60 yards? Where was Dallas? Yeah, that would have been a touchback. So they're going to accept that penalty, and Dallas is going to punt 4th and 1. Interesting call there in this tennis match to give up the break. Coffin corner goes 42 yards, pins Atlanta back at their 11. Big drive for the Dallas defense here. Harlan is going to have to come up with the right calls. We say it often that, defense, your cards may stink, but if you just double team the right guys, let's make the right calls, you can compensate for a bad D pretty quickly. Going to have to pull him out of his hat here. There's so many weapons for Atlanta, though, that it makes a difference.
Big play coming up here. Buffalo's first drive kind of suffered the same fate as Miami. 2 men in a flat pass zone. They attacked it and got it on the defensive card for an incompletion. It's now 4th and 2 at the Miami 27 for Buffalo on their first drive.
Mm-hmm. Third and 10 for Vegas falls incomplete, so they're punting from their own 5. 2nd and 6 for Atlanta. From their own 15. They're up 4-3. Blocking back formation against Dallas's 4-3
Coach Zach Zalesny tried the QB sneak to Josh Allen. It wasn't enough. They take over. The Dolphins do. No score, 6:36 to go in the first quarter in this one.
Atlanta facing a 3rd and 1. Carries now for Gurley, 81 yards. Full house on this 3rd and 1. Linebuck, short yardage, -1 for Gurley on his card. Dallas makes a big stop. Going to get the ball back. The punt pays off. 45-yard punt, bounces 6 yards, 51 net. And Dallas will take over from their own 30.
Just interesting symmetry in this game where Miami's opening drive ends at the cusp of field goal range on a 4th and I think it was 8 as they tried to go for it. And then Buffalo's first drive coming back the other way, same thing. 2 men in the flat pass zone, forces a 4th down. They try to convert and fail. So very even, very similar right now.
And we have a game number for Baltimore-Houston.
Sweet. I'll jump out there right now.
Elliott gets no help from the offensive line, 2nd and 10. 3rd and 8 now for New Orleans. -3 completion and a +5 puts them in this spot from their own 39. Dime, no blitz coming. Long pass to Cook. 1 man back. Flush in the pocket. Incomplete on the flush. Troutman couldn't come up with it. 4th and 8. New Orleans is punting again. Couple great stops from the Paul Conti-led Oakland defense. Prescott avoids the INT on second down, 3rd and 10. So quick 2 plays for Dallas coming up empty. No worry, though. Prescott with a strong short pass card. Going to Cooper short, gets 13. First down. Prescott cannot get to 13 yards on his must run, though, as decent as it is, as long as 12. Dallas up to the 43. After the touchback, Vegas now starting out from their own 20, gets 4 yards on first down. Dallas approaching midfield, 2nd and 5. After a yak. Gets him that completion. Short pass Schultz guessed right. 3-man home against his very poor D. Incomplete, but Atlanta got there a little too early. Pass interference against Atlanta. 15-yard penalty puts them firmly into Atlanta territory. 1st and 10, 37.
I see you're in the 4th quarter there with the Atlanta-Dallas game.
Looks like Josh Jacobs is gone. He's hurt.
Yikes.
And he'll also miss next week's game.
Preston Williams, receiver for Miami, just got hurt, only for this game.
The Raiders next go to the Patriots. So they'll be down Josh Jacobs in that conference matchup in New England. The 7-yard completion gives Dallas a first down up at the Atlanta 27-yard line. 12 minutes left in the 4th. Pollard in. End run to Pollard. He has a nice big chunky end run. Defensive end can't make the play. 2nd and 5. Meanwhile, Vegas has put together a little bit of a drive here up toward midfield. 2nd and 5. Into that three wide, 2 running back set. No blitz coming from Atlanta. Looking past Elliott. A 5 is waiting for it. 4 results in a 4-yard gain on Zeke's card. He makes the completion. 3rd and 1.
Update from Miami. We have a long pass to an empty zone. The Dolphins take advantage of 51-yard bomb for Pater. Jakeem Grant draws first blood for the Dolphins. They're up 7-0. They'll be kicking off with 4:12 to go in the first quarter.
Good.
Still doesn't look like our Texans game has begun yet. I guess it is scheduled 5 minutes from now.
Dallas in the full house on this 3rd and 1. Line buck to Pollard. Guessed wrong. Sort of giving up that first down here. Zeke Elliott makes the block on his 4 run block rating. Who knew that would ever come into play during the year? There it shows up on a 3rd and 1. Just the right time. Would have been a first down either way, though. It's 5 yards instead of 1. 1st and 10, Dallas at the Atlanta 13. Poised to tie it up here are the Cowboys. early in the fourth. Multiple possessions left. Can't even think about the clock yet. Short pass to Cooper. 4 men in zone. He's flush in the pocket. 0 men, gets 7 yards. Inside the 10 now. 2nd and 3 from the Atlanta 6. Linebuck to Prescott on the 2nd and 3. He just gets a yard guessed wrong, so it's 3rd and 2. Three wide now, 3rd and 2. Ezekiel Elliott's in the backfield. Looks like a run spot, and John smells that as well. Stays at 4-3. That may change Harlan's decision here. Let's see. Zeke pretty decent guessed right, if it comes to that. Shotgun formation. So where the linebucker is open, Zeke gets 2 yards on the 8. Reading on his card, and a few other spots on the extremities. End run to Prescott. Guessed right. Loses 8 yards. Great call by John Freeze. 4th and 10. Dallas facing a decision here. 8:42 left. 4th and 10 from Atlanta's 13, down 7 points. What do you do? Harlan kicks it. Little bit of faith in his D here. He's come up with some stops. Gonna need another one on this next possession. Greg the Leg's got to make it first. He does. 28-24. Atlanta's about to get the ball back with 8:24 left and the 4-point lead.
I think that's the right call by Harlan for what it's worth. I like the call. Plenty of time left in that game.
So touchback gives Atlanta the ball at 25. Meanwhile, Vegas was driving. They're still driving. 1st and 10 at New Orleans 14. Booker's in the backfield. Worth a look at his card quickly here. All right, he's got some pop. He's got some pop. 93 carries. Guessed right there, though. No gain. 2nd and 10. Short pass to Ridley is picked off. Dallas picks it off. 2 and 3, a chance of the interception. Gets it. 14-yard return. Those 2s and 3 interceptions, I've seen a lot of them so far this year. Saw one yesterday from Mahomes. Saw a couple of them from Herbert in week 1. And now one pops up against Matt Ryan here in a critical part of the game. 8:06 left. Don't despair, John. You got plenty of possessions, probably 2 possessions. Flat pass, guess wrong. Going to pick up 7 yards, 2nd and 3.
That field goal decision looking even better now, huh?
Sure is. Well, hey. Still 2nd and 10 over in Vegas.
Red zone alert, Buffalo. 1st and 10 at the Miami 17.
End run Richard, no gain. Hits the dreaded 5. Has short gains on 6 and 7. Incomplete for Prescott. 3rd and 3 from the Atlanta 20. And it's 3rd and 10 from the New Orleans 14 for Vegas.
Excuse me.
Short pass to Gallup. Incomplete. Decision time again for Harlan. 4th and 3 from the Atlanta 20, down 4 points. He's going to kick it. Zerline is good. It's a 1-point game. Atlanta leads 28-27. If anything, there's momentum on Dallas' side.
Definitely. I'm sure Harlan's disappointed. be reduced to back-to-back field goal attempts, but at the same time, you're down 1. And even if your opponent gets a touchdown, you're still in it with a 2-point conversion. So
New Orleans double teams Alec Ingold. Pays off. Incomplete. 4th and 10 for the Raiders. They're going to settle for a field goal, too. This time, Carlson connects. 3-0 Raiders. 7:12 left in the half. Atlanta takes over at their own 25 after a touchback. Incomplete on first down, 2nd and 10.
the Bills end up going 7 plays, 78 yards, and close it out with a 7-yard touchdown pass. Josh Allen to Stephon Diggs. Extra point is good. We're all knotted up at 7 here in Buffalo. 54 seconds left in the first quarter.
Interesting call for Harlan here. 2nd and 10 in completion. Does he want to take this holding call or not? 2nd and 20 or 3rd and 10? What do you do? He declines the penalty. 3rd and 10.
Yeah, I think I'd have taken the 2nd and 20, but again, that's one of those tough calls.
Ryan complete on 5, 7, and 9, along with the 12 on his short pass here. Certainly going to pop up in this case. Dallas' short pass D isn't so bad for being poor. Does not have a completion on 5, just 6. Four wide. Play call being sent in on this pivotal 3rd and 10. Hurst, short pass. Flush from the pocket, gets 9 yards. 4th and 1 for Atlanta from their own 34. 5:42 left. Decision time. This is actually a decision. Believe it or not, it's a decision. With the way the time works out, you might be giving Dallas the last possession if he punts it away in a game of keep away. Most likely you're going to punt it away here, but there is a case to be made to go for it, and John is thinking about it. If you give up the ball here, Dallas scores either way, you're going to have plenty of time to do whatever you want. So, and the short field actually works for you, for Atlanta. That would be the case that you'd make. And it looks like John is going to go for it. And, as I said, I don't mind this call at all, especially given the fact that he's got 6s up front. Harlan's going to have to dial up the right call here.
Wow, 4th and 1.
Line buck to Gurley. No gain. Dallas takes over.
Wow. That was a gutsy call by John Freeze.
Just needed to go to the defensive card, really. I mean, that's all you needed. And you would have gotten it pretty much no matter what. Yeah, you'd have picked it up no matter. You had a 60-70% chance of conversion there. So, John, keep your chin up.
Yeah.
And with that, John says, good game. Come on now.
Update. First update out of Houston, where the Texans off to a good start. Baltimore went 3 and out on their opening drive, and then the Texans came right back, 7 plays, 94-yard drive as far as the total yards gained, ending with a 48-yard touchdown pass. That went to Randall Cobb. Extra point was missed by Kaimi Fairbairn, and it is 6-0 Houston. 6:36 to go in the first quarter.
Nice. Tough offense. Probably the best quarterback in the set. Watson. 4 yards, 3rd and 2 at the Atlanta 26. So quickly to a 3rd down against this very good Atlanta run game.
Remind all of us about Dallas's kicker in this critical stage of a fourth quarter game.
He is excellent. Zerline 2 through 10 here.
Wow, 2 through 10 already. Yeah, he's solid then. He's ready to go.
And Zach has joined, it looks like.
Which Zach's actually in the middle of a game right now.
Yeah, look at that. Looking pass is picked off. There's a fumble, though, and Dallas recovers. So, a zany play here in Dallas. Looking pass was double teamed, picked off by Deion Jones. He runs it back 25 yards and fumbles. Net result, Dallas has the ball at the 49 with 3:54 left. Pretty much a really bad break. You'd much rather have Dallas have the ball, poised to score. I would say, well, I don't know. I guess you could. They're outside of field goal range now. Dallas has some work to do on offense, but from a time perspective, that puts Atlanta's back up against the wall a bit more. 3:54 left. 1st and 10, Dallas at the Atlanta 49. So a little game of pinball here ends up in Dallas's favor. Short pass to Cooper, complete for 15. And just like that, to the Atlanta 34. Welcome back, Tim.
Yeah, thank you.
1st and 10. Now John showing blitz here. Makes sense to me. Elliott, a good blocker. Flat pass, CeeDee Lamb. A 6 is home. Incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the Atlanta 34. So they're line 2 through 6 from this range, all the way back to the 42. Even sack-proof. 3 minutes now. Both teams have all timeouts left. Locking back against a 4-2-5, blitzing. Off tackle. Guessed wrong. Nobody behind. Boxes are open. It's a short gain. Penalty is not called, so 1st down, Dallas up to the 23. Time ticks down to 2:24. They're in money range now. Zero line is 2 through 11 from 3 to 12 yards. I don't think you see that often. Usually that's 2 through 10. He's in 2 through 10 right now. He's at 2 through 10 right now at 23. Blocking back against the 4-3, no blitz coming. Three 0 Vegas. They have the ball in New Orleans territory. Short pass to Gallup, incomplete. 2nd and 10. So that saves Atlanta a play. The incompletion does. 2:06 left now in the game, in the 4th quarter. I should say. 2nd and 10, no blitz again.
1st and goal play for Buffalo. End run, Devin Singletary, touchdown. Buffalo out in front, 14-7. If the extra point is good.
Elliott's off tackle gets 4 yards. 3rd and 6. That takes us to the warning. Pretty big play here. This is all about clock management at this point. 1st down means Atlanta's got to burn its timeouts. No 1st down means all your timeouts left, probably, an incompletion, with 1:52 left.
That Buffalo touchdown, by the way, set up by a fumble by Miami at their own 20. Matt Breida putting it on the turf.
Short pass, CeeDee Lamb. Complete. Penalty is against Atlanta. They'll take that penalty, probably gladly. I mean, this is where you probably want Dallas to score here. Let's put it in the darn end zone, please. 1:52 left, so that penalty saves Atlanta a timeout. So they'll take that penalty for sure.
Got to give Joe Golden a shout out. His Texans are playing some defense here. 2 3-and-outs, and then the Ravens also had a drive, 6 plays for 23 yards. They have 1 1st down on 3 drives. They're still trailing the Texans 6-0. He has terrible defensive cards, but take it from me, I played Joe in week 1, and he knows how to make the most of them. It was hard work. I was very lucky to come out on top in that game.
Grady Jarrett makes the play, probably when John doesn't want him to. 2nd and goal from the 3. They let the time run down to 1:22. Line buck to Pollard, guessed right, blocking back, makes the play. Zeke's second block of the game. This time results in a touchdown. 33-28 Dallas. They'll go for 2. 107 is what Atlanta has to work with here for the comeback.
Well, that should be a fun finish.
Four 3D against a 3 wide 2 run. It's Bell and Elliott in the backfield, so no tight end here. Schultz is a 5 run block. He's off the field. Short pass to Gallup. Well, looks like Dak's going to scramble it in. And Dallas is up 35-28. 107 left to play. Here comes the kick. 8 yards deep. He'll likely take a seat on that one. Not let the clock run.
Got to give Harlan the nod on that patience, taking those 2 field goals.
Yeah, it's
those are tough. It's tough to make that call. You feel that pressure. 3's not even half a 7.
See if it pays off. No time left.
Yeah, he did that. He played that well.
So do you sit back or do you sits back here on 1st down, incomplete on the short pass? Smith is in the backfield. Now Hurst. 4 wide, 1 fullback. Against the 3-2-6. Short pass Gage. Brian scrambles for 6. 3rd and 4 now, so very manageable here. Does he get out of bounds? Does not look like it. Offense takes a timeout. That's the first timeout burned by Atlanta. They have 69 yards to go. 3rd and 4. 69 yards. 4 wide, 1 fullback. Hurst again in the backfield. Now Blake takes the 4th wide receiver spot. Blake more effective short. KS more effective long. Blake's in there. Up against the 5. Ridley against the 0. Gage against the 0. Probably not going to matter much here. We'll see. Probably some short passes in store in this drive. You can pull it off. 3rd and 4. Play call. Awaiting the play call. Flat pass. Over to Blake. He is better short. And he gets 8 yards on the yak. Despite the yak, picks up 8. And a 1st down. Got out of bounds. 45 seconds left. 59 yards left now for Atlanta. In an attempt to take it to overtime. 2 good kickers here. You're probably not going to go for 2. You got a good kicker. Not much of a special teams disadvantage. You're not going to go for 2. You'll likely take the extra point if you get this touchdown for Atlanta. 45 seconds to do it. Short pass Julio Jones. He's double teamed. Incomplete. Possible defensive injury. Nothing happens. 2nd down and 10. Now 37 seconds left. Blake back at the 4th wide receiver spot.
Wow. Falcons haven't even crossed midfield. It's getting desperate.
Long pass to Ridley. 2 men back. Incomplete. Went to Ryan's card, but complete on 3 and 9, lands on the 6. 3rd and 10. Meanwhile, the Raiders are up 10-0.
Wow.
Nearing the half. 22 seconds left in the half. Atlanta pinned back. New Orleans pinned back.
Not easy to keep the New Orleans offense down like that.
Short pass to Ridley. Picked off. That'll do it. Picked off on possible penalty. No penalty on the offensive card. And Harlan will win in Dallas 35-28.
Congratulations to the Cowboys.
2 through 4, 11, 12 interception chance. 2 unlikely ones fall against the Falcons, and it ends up costing them. And that'll do it there as we head to the half in Vegas. Tim, I'm going to sign off for a little bit. Why don't you pick up that Vegas game?
I'm actually looking right now at Baltimore, Houston. Let me get this goal line situation. 1st and goal at the 3, -1. Texans are knocking on the doorstep to take a 2-score lead here on Baltimore, who has just 1 first down in the game and 32 yards. Meanwhile, Deshaun Watson blowing up over here. Deshaun Watson on the day is 13 of 14 for $145 and a touchdown.
Vince was Vince? No, it's John was one cool customer last week against the Browns. I mean, nothing was going his way for a good 3 quarters, and the
Stuck
Ravens
with
had
it.
a huge 4th quarter comeback. Yeah, they turned around and boom, Baltimore was back in it. So still early over there. Hey, Dennis.
Hey, not that there's going to be any change in the outcome, but there was offsetting penalties on that pick. Atlanta still has the ball, but there's only 8 seconds left, and they're just past midfield.
When did that pop up? Interesting. Thank you for catching that.
Nose tackle with a 5 defense rating just went down for next week's game. Baltimore Ravens.
54.
Brandon Williams.
Oh, look at that.
I don't know who plays them next week, but I'm sure they'll be happy to see that.
Yeah, for sure. 54 yards now for Atlanta to find here. Blake is in the game. A little bit more of a short yardage guy. With 8 seconds left. Long pass to Ridley. He's doubled up. And that would have been a long gain. The 9 is hit on Ryan's card. Guessed right. That is the long gain. Beautiful job by Harlan.
Sorry to interrupt there. Short pass, touchdown on 3rd down to the halfback David Johnson. Deshaun Watson blowing up. He's got a 2-score lead at home on the Ravens, 13-0. Now, did you need me to switch over to Vegas now?
If you wouldn't mind, just pop that up on your broadcast. You have a broadcast going?
I don't have a broadcast going at this point. Should I do that?
Yeah, good one.
All right, give me a second here.
This will bookend this one. Incomplete. That's it in Dallas.
Although, how many games do we have going right now? We have 3. Oh, you needed to step away for a little bit, though, didn't you?
Yes.
All right. So, man, I wish I could jump on your broadcast rather than starting a new one because everybody's, connected to yours. But let me see here.
You couldn't switch back and forth.
Oh, Dennis is asking me. I'm sorry. Let me do that. He's saying let me in on the broadcast.
I'm already in.
Yeah, sorry about that. My bad.
No, we're good.
Yeah, Anthony. So if I open up broadcast on the Raiders, we'll need to switch everybody over to my link then, right?
Yep, those that are with me. Let's see who's here. We've got Scott. I don't know.
I'll get that process started.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably better anyway, or else I could.
Yeah, you'll have a part 1 and a part 2.
This will be a nice bookend in the Atlanta-Dallas game for sure. So you have that the whole way, pretty much start to finish. And then we can pick up the multicast here. Finish it off. They're sitting at half. Paul takes a few minutes usually. Yep, taking a few minutes. So actually a really good break point. So
I almost have that broadcast up. Bear with me.
We'll stay with Tim here until the broadcast link shows up. And then, Scott, if you can hear me, we'll switch over to Tim's new broadcast link. Yeah, no action in Vegas. Let's look at that while we have a second here. We'll get it up, the box score for that one.
All right. Says I am live. Continuing the broadcast, let me get that link out. And if you don't mind, one of you guys could check and verify that it's working right once I get that posted here for everybody.
Sure, I'll do that right on my phone here. Pretty even yards in the Raiders New Orleans game, 152 to 167.
All right, I got the link out there. Let's just see if you're able to make that work.
Okay.
And
You're right
I
there.
need to add myself to the stream now. I hadn't done that yet. And let's go ahead and pull up my games here. We have Buffalo on the doorstep of the goal line yet again, but it's 4th down, 4th and 3 at the Miami 7, and it looks like they're going for it out of the blocking back formation. And once again on 4th and 2 last time and 4th and 3 this time, we have a line buck to the quarterback.
And that'll end this broadcast on this side. Scott M., switch on over to the new broadcast. It's working well, Tim.
Thanks. We're going to see you later tonight here?
Oh yeah, I'll be watching here on this side.
Sweet.